Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this Tōkyō Ribenjāzu manga. Like this comic is about like a guy who's like meditating on at the beginning he's just meditating on all of his life and stuff. That he sees in the news that that his first girl, that the first and only girlfriend he ever had got like killed in a gang, got killed due to some gang wars happening. So then, while he's like going to the metro, he ends up like somebody pushes him into the train, and then he suddenly gets transported back in time, back when he was in high school. So then at first he's just very confused about it. He's just saying, well, I'm just having a vision of the afterlife. I'm remembering what my so-called glory years back when I was in like a little gang, hanging out with my friends. Everything was hilarious and I was a cool hip kid, but etc. But then afterwards, he pulls him up into the point where his life starts going to hell when he starts getting bullied by an older gang of teenagers. You know, they're 1 year older, and then they're officially at a higher weight class. So then that becomes his new life, with him getting constantly beaten up by these jerks on a daily basis, and he ends up like leaving school, and then he remembers that that's when his life started going downhill, when he just happened to he just randomly for a system made new enemies. And then he visits his girlfriend, but then afterwards he gets transported back into the modern times. He wakes up in the police station, and they tell and he tells somebody in the past that he said that his sister. He tells him that his sister's gonna die in July 1st, 2017, to like go look out for his sister. And then he figures out, well, this is just like an after death like fantasy and whatever. But then he gets transported to modern times, and the person who receives him is somebody that from the past that he managed to save. So the comic basically is the Japanese version of like the butterfly effect. And if anyone Westerner remembers like the movies, that the main character has one day awakens the ability to go back in time, and then he goes back and forth through times but it's not like like his consciousness travels back in time while his body remains like limp in modern times. So then he uses his knowledge of the future in order to try to change the past. So then in order to try to save his girlfriend, you know. Just like that movie, The Butterfly Effect, and I think it was also a TV show. But if anyone who remembers The Butterfly Effect, changing the past is easier said than done. But then again, and of course, more than changing the past, the time travel thing is more like a little gimmick. Like the overarching theme is that like the Japanese gangs in like the 90s and stuff were like the teenage gang were like the gang was like completely out of control. And like you see how this guy, and this is why like in Japan people get like uber iffy if you had like a tattoo, because anyone who has tattoos in Japan, they probably belong to a ridiculously violent gang. And just because they're like they don't have guns in Japan doesn't mean that you are not gonna get AIDS. It just means that it's gonna take longer to get shipped to death, or like or a la Kill Bill. Remember like Kill Bill that they had like katanas and stuff, but mostly Tōkyō Ribenjāzu is like trying to find a way out of that repetitive gang violence cycle, you know, like cycle of violence and whatnot. But as you can guess, it's gonna be a lot of street fighting going on, you know, very down to earth, nothing. The only sci-fi thing going on is him going back in time, but only his consciousness. But if I was me having that ability to go back in time or whatever, what I would do is that I would check out in modern days the lottery numbers of the day that I know that I'm gonna go back in time, and then I will win the lottery, and then with the money of the lottery, you can change the past ridiculously easily, you know. Cause with money you can do literally anything. Whatever. It's just my overall perspective of Tōkyō Revengers, you know. It's some time travel with a lot of gun violence sprinkled in between. I hope you find it amusing. Bye bye and God bless.